Hi everyone. In this video I'm going to demonstrate how to replace the battery on this Cyberpower UPS system. It is the 1500 AVR series, but the way that the battery is located and how to replace it is probably about the same for most of the Cyberpower tower that looks like this. So in this unit, what you want to do is make sure it's off first. So there's a button here. Right now this is completely drained, which is perfect, and just make sure it's off. And once it's completely off, then on the front here you see there's one screw. Remove that. The battery is behind this front cover, so after you remove that, what you want to do is push this front cover down towards the bottom like that, and then it's like a latch. You see this hook like thing, so when it goes inside it hooks and you push up. So in order to remove it, you just push down and then pry it out. So here's the battery. There's two of them stacked on top of each other, and there's this kind of like tabs that you can pull. This will remove I think that both of those batteries together. This is very heavy, and so be careful when you're doing this. Before you remove it, I think we need to remove this. Yeah, we need to remove this cable first. Okay, there you go. Once that's removed, okay, and then we just pull the tabs out. Make sure that you're not pulling this when it's not leaned on one side. That's what it says on the label. Okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna pause the video while I struggle with this battery, removing it. Okay, I finally got the battery out. It was really hard. Actually, you have to watch out. These two cable was actually, one of them was like right there. It was causing a little bit more friction than necessary. And I also made it a little bit easier. I removed the front cover by detaching that cable there, and that made it easier. And I also use a flathead screwdriver, and you see all these marks right here. So I was basically doing that, kind of like levering the battery, pulling it out. So alright, so the next thing that you need to do, or I need to do, is buy this exact series of battery with the same exact spec. And you have to get the same exact battery so that not only the specification is the same, you want to make sure that the dimension of the battery is also the same, because you will have to obviously put all these things back, and it has to be exactly perfect. Okay, so I decided to also remove this tape that attaches the two batteries together. The reason, leave the tape, don't throw it away, because you may need it later to tape them together. The reason I did that is because I realized that there's only two leads that is coming out of the battery, so there must be some kind of connection that they do inside, and I was right. So there's this special plate that goes in between these two batteries, and these two plates basically does the series. So the batteries are wired in series, and you need to make sure that when you have the new battery, that you hook it up exactly the same way. So I'm making this video right now. Obviously I will be able to go back to this video and look at it again to make sure that I wired the new battery the same way. Okay, I received the batteries, the new one today, and these are AB 1290. Supposedly, when I looked up the batteries specs on eBay as a replacement for the Cyberpower 1500, the HR1234W is an exact match with the AB 1290. Anyhow, I'm going to compare the dimension here for you. As you can see, it is within probably about 1 or 2 millimeter difference, so it's not that much difference on the height. The actual width is actually almost perfect, almost identical, or identical, and the actual length is identical also. So this is a good match for the battery, and I only spent about I think $30, and I'll put the link in the description where you can buy this AB 1290 battery. So what I'm gonna do now is I have to transfer over these custom cabling that is special for Cyberpower, and also gonna transfer over this I guess middle wiring plate. So this plastic piece right here is custom for Cyberpower, and it was sandwiched between the batteries. I think it was sandwiched like this, and I need to transfer it over to here, and then I also need to try to wrap it back with this plastic that they had wrapping between the batteries, something like that. And let's try to build this. Okay, I checked the previous video. So the way that this is hooked up is that this will go through this hole. The battery will be upside down like this. Of course not this one. It's gonna be this new one. So this new one is going to be upside down like this, and this cable here is going to go through here, and then this is going to plug in there. The battery here, the cable here is going to crisscross like so. So this is going to plug into here like that. So this is in series. Yeah, so that's going to go into here. So it's going to come out, and yep, so that's what it's going to look like. Let me spin it around so you can see it. There. I'm going to get a voltage meter to measure. So each one of these batteries are supposed to be 12 volt, and should be coming, the voltage should be about 13.6 to 13.8, and since we are using this in a series, that should be added together, the voltage, and it should be about 26 or 27 volt altogether, if everything is working correctly. So I'm gonna get a multimeter and measure the voltage before we tape it all up. Okay, so I got the voltage meter, set it on DC volt, and just going to test. The red goes to red, black goes to black. So we should be getting about 26, and it is just barely hitting 26, which is probably okay because these batteries probably hasn't been charged for a couple of months. They're brand new. So we are considering these to be good to go, and I'm going to use the plastic to try to wrap it back up and try to glue it and then put it back to the Cyberpower. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is going to try to put this back into the Cyberpower, and this is going to be a struggle. I think this is probably one of the most difficult part of this is to fight this thing back. So just make sure that you put the cables down here to the channel. I almost got it backward here, so make sure they're not cross. I almost crossed them, so look inside to make sure that they're completely straight, not tangled or anything like that, not cross, and then just struggle to put this in. Okay, I got the battery back in, and also have plugged in the power cable. So I'm about to turn it on the first time. Hopefully it doesn't explode. All right, so I'm not sure if you can see the battery indicator showing that I think it's showing 100% actually capacity. Yeah, you see that? The capacity is showing full. Sorry, this is a bit dirty. I actually don't see any error, no error messages or anything. It looks normal. Actually, there's an icon here that says normal. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if it says normal or nominal. Well, either way, it's fine. Yeah, it looks like everything is working good. Let me see if I hit this, if anything changed. Nothing changed. So the voltage is good. I think what I'm gonna do is leave it plugged in for a couple hours and see if anything changed. But I have 5 bar right now, so I don't know if anything will change, but I'll leave it plugged in for a couple hours so that we can check later. This is strange. Usually, I think if I press display, it should come back on. But all right, no worries. And let's see later. Okay, so it's been about an hour since I plug in the Cyberpower UPS to the wall and let the current battery charge, and since then nothing happens really. So I'm gonna do the next test, which is to unplug the power and test to see if the UPS will actually power these equipment here. So this surge protector or power strip is connected to the battery side of the UPS, and I have a kilowatt power meter, and it's showing that it's currently pulling 1.8 watt. It's not much, but it's just powering this router here. And I also have a multimeter set to AC volt, and right now is showing 107 volt. I don't know why it's so low, but that's what it is. I guess it's 110, and it's a little bit lower at 107. So what I'm gonna do next is unplug the power source for the Cyberpower from the wall, and then we'll see if any of this power devices actually turn off. Okay, so I just unplugged it, and that is pretty crazy. You see that the voltage actually went down to 72 volt. I don't know if that's actually a good thing. Obviously it's not, but yeah, that's pretty crazy. But over here the voltage is showing 120 volt. That's strange. And right now is looks like the display is showing that it's on battery power, but it's 120 volt. But my voltage meter is definitely showing 77. I'm going to try to put on a device that requires 120 just to see if it actually does work, because this is disturbing. Okay, so I plugged in my MacBook with a charger, and the MacBook is currently charging, and it is drawing about 50 watts power using the original MacBook charger, which requires at least 110 to 220 volt, and it seems to be working just fine. So I think the power that I measure here from my voltage meter is probably not correct. Let me try to do that again, because that was kind of strange. Maybe I didn't press it deep enough or something. Let me see. Yeah, it's still strange. It's just 82 now. And I think it's definitely in there. Yeah, that's really strange. All right, I'm gonna try another device, and if it still turns on, I'm gonna just call it strange. If you guys know what the heck is going on, maybe my meter is bad, but if you guys have any idea why this is showing 82 volts only, leave a comment in the leave a comment, yeah, and let me know what do you think I'm doing wrong. Okay, so I just plugged in another device. This is my T-Mobile cell spot. It's a window unit that relay the Wi-Fi, not Wi-Fi, I mean cell phone frequency data from the window to this unit, and it's turned on. Is using this particular power adapter, and it's drawing 7.5 watts, 7.47 watts. So this is working, but yeah, so this is working fine. I guess the voltage here is still showing 80, 79, 80 watt, 80 volts. So I don't know why. I'm gonna try to power my portable desk that you see there, that MacBook with a 43-inch monitor and a printer. I'm gonna switch the power of that entire desk to this Cyberpower to see if it's able to power everything that we see here using battery. Okay, so currently, like I was saying earlier, I'm going to switch the power so that it is powering my entire portable desk, which has my MacBook, TV, my phone is charging, it has a USB hub, and also that printer is also all plugged into here. And it is showing still 83 volt coming out of this plug here, and I don't think it's the plug though. And currently my entire desk is using 132 watts of power continuously. That's probably because most of them is probably the monitor, the 43-inch monitor, plus the MacBook. The UPS is still showing 5 bar on the battery capacity, which is very good, and it's still showing 120 volt. It hasn't reduced even 1 bar on the battery capacity. That's probably because we are using very little of the power, because this is a 1500 AVR. I'm not sure how long this is gonna last, but looks like it's probably gonna last at least 30 minutes to an hour, probably longer, if I'm only drawing about 130 watts. So looks like it's successful. Our change of battery costs approximately about $30, and it took about I would say about 15 to 30 minutes of time, depending on your skills. And yeah, I'm pretty happy to be able to reuse my Cyberpower UPS. Thank you for watching. If you find this video useful, please share it with your friends who may have another Cyberpower UPS that need to be replaced. Give it a thumbs up, leave comments, and subscribe to your channel for useful videos like this. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel to see more do-it-yourself